in towards the left hander, but the ball just did not swing back in.
Oh, that's a terrific shot. Straight down the ground. That's right out of the coaching manual. First boundary for Tendulkar.
That's not a shot that a lot of batsmen can play. Look how easily he plays the shot, Sachin Tendulkar. Almost waiting to see how much the ball is going to be moving, because that's what Eddie Brandis is looking for, the outswinger. It's done its movement, and then he plays his shot. Straight down the ground.
So 6 runs coming off that last over, 14 for no loss India. Well, that's 4. He's found the gap, just leant into it and caressed it through the offside.
Another overpitched delivery from Johnson. And another boundary. Again looking for that swing. Not a great deal of swing there. Slightly overpitched. And good batsmen don't allow those to go unpunished.
That's put away. A chase for the man at mid-off, but the ball will win.
This is why anything that looks anywhere close to being out is going to bring forth an appeal. Look at that shot. Why would you want to be bowling to this man? If you can get rid of him, why not shout, and shout loudly?
So 4 runs coming off that last over, just the boundary, 26 for no loss. Oh, that's nicely timed on the back foot. He really is a superb timer of the ball when he plays through the offside. It's another boundary for Ganguly.
Problems for Zimbabwe. Had an excellent start against the Sri Lankans, but each bad delivery has been put away.
Yes, that's one of the features of his batting. He hits a lot of boundaries, Ganguly, early on. And that's been very good for Tendulkar as well. It's taken the pressure off him. These two are now a very formidable opening pair.
And of course, the mere fact that one is a left-hander and the other a right-hander even helps with throwing the bowlers offline.
Couple here for the Indians.
Things not as easy for Eddie Brandis in this game as they were yesterday. The ball isn't swinging as much.
as well. This might not go all the way to the fence. So another couple to end the over. So far it's been a good solid start by the Indians. 34 for no loss.
Oh, he's hit that one. Beautifully played. A couple of bounces and into the fence for four. You daren't drift down the leg side. Sachin Tendulkar will murder bowling in that area.
Yeah, I'm not sure this is a very good bowling change. Heathstreak, very much a seam bowler, bowls it in a straight line, and that one's just drifted down the leg side, and Tendulkar's just whipped it away. Neil Johnson, even though he hasn't got the control over the length and line, he does tend to move it a little bit more, swing it in the air, and that always makes it a bit more difficult to play. Heathstreak, very much a seam bowler, doesn't swing it much.
Well, that one's short again. He's got it away, but the sweeper will pick it up. He's going to come back for two, Tendulkar. Over the bails. That's a good throw. 6 runs off the over. It's 40 for none. So 9 overs have been bowled now. There's the comparison. Nothing much in it. Well, he's got it through the field. Back for the second. Yes, while we were looking at that split screen, forgot to tell you that that was the first maiden of the day.
Just look at Ganguly on the right here. His head just goes down a little bit, and it's not quite level, whereas Sachin Tendulkar just stands up nice and straight. Hardly any movement of the head, and just look how they're watching the ball right onto the bat, playing it nice and late, right underneath the eyes. A lot of batsmen, Grant Flower being an example, plays it out in front of him.
Oh, full toss. Thank you very much. Smashed away to the fence for 4. Well, I think he knows he can't bowl full tosses to Tendulkar. He was perhaps trying to slip a Yorker in there, and it got away from him.
Yes, I also think he tried to bowl it a little bit slower, and all it did was give Tendulkar more time to place it, which he did very well. Wide and mid on very straight, and he was able to get the full toss, as he should. Quality player like Tendulkar doesn't miss the gaps too often, and that's straight between the fielders. Quite an unusual field placing for Ganguly. They realise how strong he is in this region through the point. And see, they've got one of their catchers there, and then they've got a man right on the edge of the circle, also protecting that area. So it's a good piece of fielding from Heathstreak.
Oh, into the gap. That's a lovely shot. Well played. Ganguly plays that cover drive beautifully. In fact, he plays it as well as anybody.
And that's a much better shot. We saw him get an inside edge a little bit earlier. This one, he moved the foot, got all the body weight going forward, and just leant into it. Just crunched that one away. Beautifully placed as well.
Well, guess what? This is their 11th 50 partnership. As it goes racing through the offside field, and they've also had 7 100 partnerships. So it turned out to be a pretty forceful combination. Over. 5 off the over, 52 for none. So Ganguly on 24, Tendulkar 26. It's neck and neck at the moment. You can see that Tendulkar has had half as many balls, not quite, but nearly. Ganguly's had most of the strike. Tendulkar scoring very fast. Oh, good shot, beautifully placed. Well, it's almost as if he said, Ganguly, if you can do it, I can do it better.
Absolutely, this is a great shot as well. Doesn't try and hit it too hard, Sachin Tendulkar. Always right in the correct position, right across to it, and beautifully off the middle. Just guided into the gap. I said it before, I just don't think it was the right bowling change. I think they took the wrong option. I think Johnson had equally as good a chance of getting him out on this type of wicket and under lights where it's just moving around a little bit. Streak very much a seam bowler, and there's not much in it for the seam bowlers. They're not going to move it off the wicket.
ground and firmly struck again. Just the single. Down the wicket he goes. He's had to go that one. Oh, and it's gone through the fieldsman. That's gone flying away down towards the boundary. Yes, these are the ones that have got to be stopped. This is not good fielding.
Just leaning a little bit back, Ganguly. I think he wanted to hit it up and over initially and then got too close to the ball and had to hit it along the ground. But it went obviously in the air quite a long way and Brandis not across.
Oh yes, well done. That's got him. He's out stumped. That's very well bowled. Ganguly looking to go down the pitch and he's been done neck and crop. So this is a good bowling change. It's affected a wicket and that's the one the Zimbabwean needed.
Good bowling from Strang. That one didn't turn. Ganguly played for the turn and was found short of his crease. Very good bowling. So they lose their first wicket, India, 63 for 1.
Thank you, Tony. And Mongia, the new batsman at the crease, replacing Saurav Ganguly. Zimbabwe getting that wicket just at the right time because these two openers were really looking dangerous. They were scoring runs with ease. And they didn't really have to take any risks.
Ganguly genuinely beaten as he came down with that dismissal, and did the right thing in that he then decided that he would block but played for turn when there was none. Stumping was there. When you're down the pitch and you're not quite to it, they always say just block it. Well, he played for the leg break coming into him and it went straight on. Good bowling.
Yes, that's the reason why he was introduced into the attack, Paul Strang. It was a risk taken by the captain. Oh, that's a glorious shot on the up. That's 4 more. Not all that bad a delivery, but you're bowling to a class player.
Wonderful shot. Just opening the blade at the last moment, hitting right through the line of the ball. Look at the follow through there and finding the gap between backward point and cover. Shot of a class player. Full flow of the bat all the way through.
Yes, and when you have 4 very good fielders in the ring, to get the placement dead right just shows the quality of the batsman you're up against. 35 of 34 balls, 6 boundaries. Good running. He knew he had not hit that ball too hard when it went away to mid-on. Very quick to call Mongia across for a single. Well, the last man to be dismissed was Saurav Ganguly. Well, he was dismissed in Paul Strang's first over. In this fashion.
Well bowled. Genuinely beaten. In the flight, he came down. Strang saw him come in, dropped it a little bit shorter, bowled it flatter, and also sent it the other way. So that when Ganguly got there and defended to a leg break, thinking the ball would come into him, it went the other way, kept perhaps straight on, but never came back as he thought it would. The genuine leg break. Good bowling.
He's gone. Mongia is dismissed. This is good bowling by Strang. Looking to come down the track and clear mid-off. Unable to do so and finding Johnson at mid-off there. So another wicket goes here. Mongia, who was sent out as pinch hitter, he's been dismissed. And Strang is struck again.
Well, 2 wickets. We saw what happened when 3 wickets went quickly for Zimbabwe. It upset the momentum of the innings and a little bit too adventurous there from Mongia. Wasn't quite to the pitch and hit it straight into the hands of mid-off.
Tendulkar at the non-striker's end. Azharuddin on strike. Wanting a single sent back by Tendulkar. Slip and a silly point. Slow delivery and smash through the offside. That's another boundary for Tendulkar, but what you got to see in this shot is how he waited on it.
Slow ball from Streak. Perhaps not as well disguised as some, but that front foot is right out there, and he just, as Ravi said, waited on it. Eyes right on the ball, concentration, focus, and bang through the offside. And there was no chance of that man. He dived, but it was a despairing dive.
Wanting the single sent back, and a misfield there will allow Tendulkar to get the single he wanted. Another nicely played. He played that late and he got that fine. Neat stroke by Tendulkar. That will give him another boundary. In fact, we'll have to wait for the umpire signal. Yes, he signaled 4 and he's come off the bat.
Went down there at the rate of knots. It's an off spinner, so there's no real pace of the ball. And Tendulkar just churning it away and using the right hand in the shot.
So the Indians comfortably placed at this stage, going along at 4.88 per over. And Strang here continuing. And that's it. Yet another 50 for Sachin Tendulkar. He's picked that up from outside the off stump and smashed it past mid-wicket. 6 runs coming off that over, 94 for 2. Oh, that's a fine shot by Azharuddin. A chase for the fielder from cover. But the Indians will pick up 3. And picked up the length very quickly.
Just too short here. Ball giving Azharuddin plenty of time to go back, use his strong wrists, giving himself room and finding the gap. Whittle bowled very well last night against Sri Lanka, but he's come up against 2 batsmen here, and especially Tendulkar of outstanding class and experience. It's not going to be easy to contain them, and he doesn't have as many, should I say, many runs to play with. 197 is all India need. Interesting field setting here. They've got 6 men within the restricting area. They only need to have 4. But Campbell knows here that it's no sense trying to pin the batsman down, trying to limit their scoring. He just hasn't got enough runs. He needs to get one of these out. Needs wickets.
So that single brings up the 100 for India. So they're going along at 5 runs per over, 100 for 2.
beautiful, firm drive, played with such confidence into the gap.
Absolutely no problems there for Sachin Tendulkar. There are 6 fielders inside the circle, and there is no long on. Just lofted it to the right of the bowler, to the left of long on, and an easy boundary.
And there he goes again. He's over the top of extra cover. Oh, well, oh, he's missed it. So keen to get the ball back. And they set high standards, these Zimbabweans. You don't often see them do this. That's Grant Flower down there.
That's one thing I think they pride themselves on, the Zimbabweans, that they are very good fielders. This is a costly mistake.
Oh, it's a huge 6, way over the top. Go and fetch it, it's in the road. Sachin Tendulkar, he must be getting ready for dinner. I think he's hungry, he wants to get home. What a shot. That's going to take 20 minutes to find.
This has gone a very long way. He has given that everything, Sachin Tendulkar. This pavilion is not a very low pavilion. I would think this is somewhere in the region of 7 to 8 stories high, and it has cleared it. It's a good thing they have a box of balls, because that one won't be coming back in a hurry.
Well, the reason why we put that high camera up there was to see if we could spot the ball. It's gone flying over the top of the pavilion roof. Way over the back there, somewhere into that road. It's brought the traffic to a standstill. There we go again. Watchfully played that time into the gap. Now there'd be a huge temptation here for Mohammad Azharuddin to try and follow what Tendulkar's doing. That would be a mistake. Have another look at this.
It certainly would be a mistake for Azhar to try and match Sachin Tendulkar. He should just be quite content to spend time at the crease, allow the master to keep on hitting those blows, and just pick up his singles and twos. Just like that.
So that brings up the 50 partnership, and Mohammad Azharuddin scored 12 of them. That's also the end of the over, 119 for 2. Oh, straight down the ground, that's 4 as well. One bounce and into the fence. Tendulkar has definitely decided that he wants to get the smash over quickly, and he's decided as well, I think, that by the time he's finished, the net run rate is going to be very different to what it was before the start of the game.
Just picking the right spot again, Sachin Tendulkar. Mid-on was inside the circle. That ball was well wide of the off stump, but no problem hitting it back towards the onside.
Just plays the ball whenever there's a gap over the top. He seems to have this uncanny knack of being able to hit it there. The mid-on was up, so he smashed it over his head for 4. They moved him back, and then he pushes one square to the wicket on the onside. So he's having a game with the Zimbabweans, I'm afraid to say, at the moment. 81 he's got. And he's got that of 64 balls. Strike rate of 126. Oh, beautifully played. That's the most beautiful late cut. He just waited for it, let it go, and then at the very last minute, he just dabbed it away to the boundary for 4. That's the end of the over. We'll come back and have a look at that one. It's a lovely shot, 134 for 2. It's nicely played right off the middle of the bat. Nice drive from Mohammad Azharuddin. He's beginning to time it a little bit now, playing a little bit more sensibly. I got the feeling when he first came in that he was trying to match Tendulkar. Pretty well a lost cause that is when he's in this sort of mood. That's nice placement. It won't quite get to the fence before. It was really just pushed away through the offside field. So that takes Tendulkar into the 90s now. 6 runs off the over. It's 142 for 2.
The surrounding lights in Sharjah. Beautifully taken. Magnificent catch. What a catch in the outfield. Diving full length. You won't see a better outfield catch than that by Neil Johnson to get rid of Azharuddin.
Well, this is a great catch. This is the catch of the tournament. So difficult to read it. It hasn't gone very high, so it's flat out of the crowd. And he's had to charge in, and look at that. Great catch. That is a magnificent outfield catch. Neil Johnson, he'll be delighted with that. And as it departs, so India 161 for 3.
And Jadeja is in there, having just come in to replace Azharuddin. Just slowed down a little bit here in the past probably 15 minutes or so that the number of balls he's faced is begun to catch up with the runs on the board. That wouldn't bother him. Tendulkar is 99 in the commentary box. Ravi Shastri, and with him Michael Holding.
Thank you, Tony. This really is a big occasion for Sachin Tendulkar. If and when he does reach this 100, he'll reach yet another milestone in already his young, illustrious career. We'll tell you about that in a minute. It's been a superb innings by the little man. A little bit of gamesmanship there by Paul Strang. He knows the crowd is very expectant. Sly grin as well. Well, that should be it. 100, number 20 for Sachin Tendulkar. Another fabulous innings, and he gets the occasion, the ovation he deserves.
Excellent knock by Sachin Tendulkar. But you can tell he was certainly very aware of the situation. After he got to 85, he scored 13 singles and a 2 to get to the century. Took his time and gradually got there.
Well, he's broken another record of sorts here. He's got more international hundreds than any other player in the history of the game. He went past 3 other players today. Desmond Haynes had in total 35 hundreds, and if you count the number of hundreds in test matches and one-day internationals. Vivian Richards had 35 as well. That's 24 and 11. And Sunny Gavaskar, 34 test match hundreds and 1 one-day international 100. All these 3 players had 35 in total. This man's got 36 today. He's 25 years of age. It's 166 for 3. So 166 for 3 here. The Indians cruising along at this stage. And that's pulled away. That could go all the way. It has. It's a 6 signal by the umpire. And one just gets the feeling that the little champion might just cut loose here.
Well, he has achieved the 3 figures, Sachin Tendulkar. Now it's time to entertain again. This wasn't a particularly bad delivery, just a fraction short, but look at that ball go. Just over the ropes.
He's had a terrific year of 98. Now this is not an easy shot to play. It's not played with a horizontal bat. It's almost played with a vertical bat, so it's literally played off the back foot, straight down the ground. Not wide of mid-on, but what a 6 that was. 106 years. And again, at this time, straight to the man in the deep. He's had an amazing year of 1998. Out of his 20 hundreds, he's got 8 hundreds in 1998. And there you see, top of a very illustrious list. 20 hundreds. Desmond Haynes, 17. Saeed Anwar, very good record there for Saeed Anwar. 1500s in only 158 matches. Plenty of big names there. Gordon Greenidge, Brian Lara, Vivian Richards. No one wants to miss the action. Got some peeping toms just beside the side screen there. Tendulkar on strike now.
Paul Strang has survived during this onslaught, though. He's into his 9th over and he has taken 3 for 21. Those are very good figures.
Well, that's delicately played. He just paddled it round the corner. And another boundary for the master. Well, he always looks for gaps in the field. He's still looking after 100.
Such control. The bat came right down on top of the ball there.
And again, this time he won't get a boundary. He'll get a couple though. It's 181 for 3.